together. Come on in. No. We're just broadcasting. Come in. Have a seat. We do have some consultants coming in, but I know this is new for everyone. Thursday night is new. Broadcast is new, but I have an amazing team filming me. They make me look so cute. I just love them. So let me get to the announcements because I know that Demetrius has a lot that she wants to share with all of you. So first, if there's anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Antoinette Whittington Stanton. I am a senior sales consultant, about to be a future executive, cannot wait. I live in Murphy, Texas, and that is really Plano. We don't even have our own zip code. Craziness. But I am excited about starting this broadcast and having our unit meeting all together so we can all be together. Isn't that fun? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to get started with announcements. First, I just want to talk about what is hot. What is hot is the keys to success. Are all of you working on your keys? Every single month, we have a different piece of jewelry that you can earn with the keys. Now, I know some of you that are watching are on target for the consistency jewelry that Mary Kay is going to give away for seminar. So congratulations if that's you. If you're brand new, don't worry. They start the month that you begin. So if you began this month, then you'll be consistent as long as you hit the keys. Now, how do you get there? It is by selling $1,200 and putting a $600 wholesale order in. Now, if you consistently do that, some of you hit March, April, May, and June, you get to go to a huge prize party. And I got to tell you, they give away some great gifts like Kate Spade bags, like jewelry, like the best things you could ever think of. So on day 0 of seminar, you will get to go to the prize party just for hitting your minimum goal. So if you have any questions about it, everything is on Mary Kay in Touch, but just give me a call or give your consultant a call and we will help you with it. But if you're brand new, just get to doing your facials and you will easily hit that number because you all want to be at the prize party. You're kind of sad when you're not getting that prize. So it's fun. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to an important date. Very important date, and I know we have another new consultant in here. So I want to talk to you about the Preferred Customer Program. What that is Mary Kay will send out your lookbooks for you. They're going to send it out for you. So for 70 cents, I mean, I don't know, the post office is so expensive today. I think it's $1.50, not $100. $1.50 if you were to mail that book yourself. It's not going to be as professional and neat. Mary Kay on the back of the book, I have it here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Maybe not. But on the back of the book, it's going to be professional. It's going to have your name. It's going to have something about our new product, which is going to be our new foundation. And we are going to have a sample inside, 70 cents. Now, here's the most important thing. You want to get the preferred customer books out, even if you just send 1 or 2 or 3, but try to at least send 10 out. You will be able to order the new foundations on the 10th. The 10th. I know, Josie's in here too. She's like, what? You have to get that preferred customer in because you're going to be sad when we are all like, woo, we got the new foundations. And I will tell you that I know here at our training center, we are going to be demoing the new foundations early so you guys can be pre-ordering. They are fabulous. The beauty of being a director is we get everything early. I told my son, I need to match your foundation. He's like, Mom, I don't think so. He's 19. He looked at me like I was crazy. And I looked at my kitten. He went running. But get your customers booked. We will be sending out a lot of information. There's already a lot on Mary Kay in Touch. All kinds of films, everything that you need. Don't worry. The Foundation colors match perfectly. We have so many different tools to help you. And again, at your unit meeting or through myself, I know we have people in DeSoto and we have people in Louisiana and we have people in Gunner. We are going to have a lot of workshops. We're going to do a lot to explain everything about the new foundations. Just start asking everyone that you know with skin. Say, I have a new product coming out. Hello, hello. Gorgeous consultants coming in. Just tell them you have a new product coming out and you really, really need to borrow their face. So you can try this on them. And it is going to be awesome. They just gave me light. I really feel like I am professional here, y'all. I'm a star. I just love it. So preferred customer, you can go under business tool on Mary Kay in Touch, and then you'll see, it'll say preferred customer. It'll walk you through, call me if you have any trouble, but you just have to just so you guys know, you have to put your customers in the My Customer app, which means you're just typing their name and their address and their phone number. Now, I will tell you an easier way. Download the My Customer app. So go to your app store, pull up Mary Kay, and there's an app that says My Customer. Download it. There is, if you click on the plus sign, you can actually transfer your contacts from your phone. I mean, it'll take you all of 10 minutes to get all your contacts from your phone into the Mary Kay system. If you have their address there, great. If not, get their address. And then you literally will click who you want to send your preferred customer to. Now, here's another great thing. If you put together in groups your customers. So I have customers that order from me all the time. So they get a book all the time. I may have facialed someone and they didn't buy anything. So on off times, I may not send them a book. Christmas time, everybody gets a book. Just think about it, the same way retailers do it. If you're brand new, everybody should get a book because it just shows how professional you are. It just gets your business going. So you can tag them, it's called tag, and put them in different groups. Skincare, this is who buys, these are my first customers. But there's lots of videos. Just Google it, guys. Everything is on Google. Everything's on Google. Okay, so preferred customer, excited about that. Okay, I want to talk about seminar. Seminar. Everyone goes to seminar. Okay, so some of you that are brand new, you're like, what is seminar? You want to know what it is? It's the Miss America pageant and the Oscars all rolled up in one. I mean, it really is. It is so much fun. It is when we get together and number one, we award everyone for the year. So that's where all the big diamonds and all of the trip winners and the diamond bumblebees and all kinds. Now we have anyone that was consistent with their keys. How about consistent star consultants? But all the gifts, we kind of give them away. But there's amazing training. You get trained by the millionaires, by the women that hold this company together. You will have all the training that you want. And then, there's the little Broadway plays that they do and the singing. And there's usually a surprise person, like someone who was on The Voice, or you think he could dance, or American Idol. And then one year, the men, we have a husband in here, but the man was coming out of the ceilings and they just had on like these fireman outfits. And we were like, it's raining men. We were having fun. But don't show your husband this part. But honestly, seminar is amazing. It's great girlfriend time. It's time for us all to be together. It's really a good time. This is the time you take off work. This is the time you save money and you go. If you were at Career Conference, it is $195. If you were not at Career Conference, it's $225. But it does include lunch and everything else that you need. Some of us are going to stay at hotels. We do live in Dallas, but it's just fun to have girlfriend time again. It's very inexpensive. I am pulling together that information. I hope to have it to you by the beginning of next week. But it's usually maybe $100, $125 if you have 4 people in a room, if you want to stay at a hotel. And then we have our award dinner. So it is from July 26th through whatever that Monday is. I don't know. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. July 26th, it starts. But we will have our own personal award night at Maggiano's by popular demand. We've had it there before. North Park, Maggiano's. Yummy. I'm hungry already. Mary Lou had to pick out some salmon. I'm like, salmon? We're at Maggiano's. I want some meatballs. That's what I want. But anyway, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. But that is our award night. It will be Friday night, the 26th at 6:30. And so we're going to be sending you this information, but I just want you to kind of reserve the time. And then the second night, there is a special party given by Mary Kay Corporate that we're all invited to. And then the third night, get ready, we will be in gowns. The men are in tuxedos. The women are in long gowns. Now, don't go running out there and buying this expensive gown. Unless you're on stage, you know, wait till prom season's over and go buy it for $10. Right? We'd be squeezing. I was like, oh, is this for high school? Wait, it's only $15. But that's what we're going to do because it's going to be fun. So that's what you want to do. It is so much fun. If you're not on stage, you don't have to wear a long gown. You can wear a beautiful cocktail dress if you want, but it's fun. Isn't it fun to get dressed up? It really is a lot of fun. And you'll see, I mean, literally there's a chair that comes out of the ceiling, and they have a queen's court and a queen. Wow. It is to die for. I'll be sending you guys a video. I may have already sent it. Check your email. It's probably there. Okay. So let's see. Let's see how we're doing. So I know that Demetrius has a lot to talk to you guys about, but I have one more thing that I really want to talk to you about is recognition. You know we love recognition. Oh my gosh, I have so many of you to recognize. I don't even know what to do. You guys are on fire. I know we got Miss April here. I don't even know. She on fire so much. She recruiting people just from Facebook. But our team is great. You are going to get to hear from the queen of recognition in a little bit, Demetrius. Yes, she has already won the cruise. Yes. Is that not amazing? Brand new directors, already won her cruise. She has 3 red jackets, and I know there's 2 more sitting in this room that are about to join her group of leaders, and so many more of you that are joining Demetrius and her amazing divas. So you'll get to hear from her in a little bit. But there are so many of you that are out there having your own parties, doing your own facials, recruiting your own people. I know this Saturday I was in Minden. I was just blown away. I didn't even have to do anything. The consultants were like, all these, well, I don't know, we must have had 20 people there. I don't even remember. And we did add 6 new people last Saturday in Minden. So that is that super bad Sundrea. She is building her team in Louisiana and here in Texas. And she will be, oh, come on and say hi. She will be our next DIQ. Say hello. For those of you that don't know her, isn't her hair adorable? Oh, thank you. It's going to have to be pink soon. Amazing. But so what I would like to do is recognize all of you for all of your parties and facials and what you've been doing during the week. So we have something called the weekly plan sheet. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it is not difficult. It is on the Mary Kay In Touch screen. Just under search, put weekly plan sheet. Now, when you pull it up, you're going to be like, oh, this looks like a lot. I can't fill it out. It does. It looks like a lot, but it really is not a lot. There's a lot there if you want to put a lot in there. And the reason that there's a lot of information on it is you can use this tool to keep track for yourself for the whole year. So you can put in all of your information and Mary Kay will add it up for you all year long. And you'll know how much money am I making, what is my business worth, and all of that. If that's what you want to do, you can absolutely use that tool for it. What I want from you is to just go in there and put the name of your customer So you're just going to put your customer. You're going to put how much did your customer buy. It's very simple. They bought this much. This much was taxes. So that's your total. You're going to say, was it a facial or was it a party? Was it, how I think there's a drop down that says facial, party, or something else on there. But whatever, you're going to click on that, and that's it. All that other information, I don't need it. Just kind of put that in there. You have the date of your party, and it gives me a total of your party. Now, also what I love is on the second page, there is a spot for you to actually put in the women that are interested in the business, the women that may want to sign up for Mary Kay. With so many of you across the country, it is difficult for me to track all of your text messages. So I really, really would appreciate if you would put it in the weekly accomplishment sheet, because then I can print it and then I can help you follow up. It's all about Demetrius and myself helping you to grow your business and to follow up with whomever you would like for us to follow up with. And then we are going to start giving away awards to those who have the highest sales, the most interviews, the most facials. And if you're not here in Plano, it's not fair that they get all the glory, right? No. We're going to mail out to you your gifts and just keep it going and crown you. And we're going to work on, if you are a hub, which we're working on that for Minden, then we're going to work on where we can see you and you can see us, and we're going to crown you in Minden, crown you in DeSoto. Ooh, yeah. So it all starts with the weekly accomplishment sheet. Now, it's going to be due to us on Thursday by noon. Thursday by noon. And the reason why Thursday by noon is because we'll go week to week. And since our meetings are on Thursday, it'll be Thursday by noon. And so please just call me if you need help walking through the form or how to fill the form out. For some of us that may be a little bit older, myself, I would make Sandrea do it for me. No. No, honestly, you can get someone to help out or we'll figure it out. Call me. But for most of you, you have been doing something on a computer for a long time. It's pretty simple to put it in there. And it's just going to really, really help us out to help you guys with your parties. And the other reason why Demetrius and I would like this is because if we see that you're doing a lot of facials, but your wholesale is not where it should be, then we know that there's probably something missing or a lot of interviews. It's going to help us to be able to look at what you have going on and mentor and train you on whatever skills or whatever you need or whatever training that you need. So we're excited about that. Let's give it a go next week. What do you guys think? Give it a go. Call us, let us know. I think I may find like a training video that I can send out or a voice video or something like that. So can someone run and get our fabulous leader, Demetrius, and tell her it's time for her to be on, because we're so excited about that and what we can do. So we are a couple minutes away from her coming in. I want you guys all the way from wherever you are, when she walks in, to start screaming and yelling. Because she deserves it. She deserves it. And if you can, April, text your consultants and see if they're on. Guys, text your consultants. Just text them and say, hey, go on Facebook. The link is there. Jump on. It's really, really important that everyone gets to hear how she was able to accomplish her goals. How did this work? What's going on? And look at her, we can't even pull her away. Was she doing the class? Oh, she's getting all beautified. Here she is, everyone! Woo-hoo! Let's give her a great video. Okay, does she look different because she's going on a cruise?
Yeah,
I think so. Is she like smiling a little bit more? Oh, look at that hat. Oh! Guys, not only is she going on, come on in, Evelyn. Not only is she going on a cruise, she's got a balcony room. So I already told her she's got to kick her, she's kind of a newlywed. And that husband, he's getting out of that room. I'm sleeping with her. But guys, I know you want to have a lot of time. I am so proud. Oh, do you want to come on over here? Is she okay here? Okay, you can stay here if you're good. If you're good here. I am so proud to introduce my brand new director, brand new captain of the ship. Let's give Demetrius a great big hand. Woo-hoo!
All right, so what am I doing? I'm just talking about what I did. Okay, all right.
To director.
Okay, so one of the things, the most important thing is the team. So I surrounded myself with young ladies that were leaders in their own right already. They were career professional women. And so that's really key, to have a core group of ladies that kind of get it. And, we were all in the same kind of phase of our life where we had some corporate fatigue. Yes. And we're doing something about it. So when we get to where we want to retire, which is 2 years from now, we already have our plan in place. We're working on our plan. So you know how people will say, oh, I want to retire. I want to do this. I want to be able to travel. But they're not doing anything about it, right? So we are doing something about it. And it doesn't happen overnight. So we got to set our expectations. And be patient with ourselves, especially when it's something new. So my background is in HR, corporate America, for 30 years. And so I realized right away that I didn't know how to be an entrepreneur. And so one thing you have to do is have some awareness that this is a new skill set that you have to develop, okay? And so in addition to getting the right team, you got to realize what skills am I missing and go and find that. So one thing about Mary Kay, you have all these wonderful women that are already successful, and all they're going to do is teach and train you and coach you. So if you are open to being coached, then you'll make it in Mary Kay. So that's number 2. The other thing that I think is really important is tracking your success. So that's one thing I struggled with initially. I felt like I was all over the board, right? I didn't have an ideal week. I was just winging it. But you know what? It's something to be said about just following instructions. As simple as that. So, that Nike slogan, just do it. It is something to be said to just do it. I got to tell you, when we first started, that's when all the momentum was here. We didn't know what we were doing. But guess what? We brought on about 42 people in record time. And all we were doing was following Antoinette's lead. And she said, bring me the people and I'll get them going. And that's what we did. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know nothing about how to get them signed up. We didn't know anything about orientation, how to get them going. We didn't even know where to go pick up their kits. But we just did what she said. We followed the leader and we got her people. So a couple things. Your core team, okay? You got to learn how to track, and you have to be aware of the skill sets that you need to be successful, especially if it's a new skill set. So tonight, what I wanted to do is we're going to make sure that you guys that are remote get a copy. But one of the things I want to do is go over the destination cruise. Because I think if you concentrate on that, you're going to definitely get where you want as far as the next position. And so one of the things, again, the whole tracking and working with my core team, and I've been instructing them to work with their teams, is to write it down and make it plain. So that scripture that's coming out of Habakkuk 2:2, that says write it down on tablets, right? and make it plain. And it is something special. I don't know what it is. It's just God's word. It's a difference in getting your cell phone and typing it into the cell phone versus on a piece of paper and pen. It's just something, it's not magical, it's just God's words fulfilling itself. So I guarantee you guys, if you write down your goals, if you write down in the affirmative, I am successful. I am a director in 3 months. I have a successful team. If you write this down and be specific about the timelines, it will happen. Okay? So what I asked my team to do is to take this Destination Red tracking sheet and write down where they are and also where they want to be. So let's just say for qualification 1, you haven't started with your qualification. So if I were you, for April, because we still have 3 weeks, I would put April, $600, May, $600, June, $600. So what, we have until June, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's gonna be more than 600, because that's only 18. So 1,200, 1,200, 1,200, right? But you can do it. All you have to do is just have some parties. You'd be surprised. Mm-hmm. If you get that list of people, start out with 5. I know a lot of times we say, hey, give me 150 people. To me, I think that's overwhelming. Let's start with 5 people. Give me 5 people you know, and work with your recruiter to set up a party. From that party, you should get at least 2 people to host the party for you, because you're going to offer them free product. I bribe people. I just say, hey, if you do a party for me, I'm going to, like, what do you want? Let's look in this lookbook and tell me what you want, and I'm going to tell you how to earn it for free. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because you want to walk away with 2 or 3 people having a party. So let's just say your first party was 3 to 4. Now you have 2 to 3 people with 3 to 4. You can hit 1,200 if you're consistent. Every weekend, if you're having 2 to 3 parties on Saturday, let's just say your parties are averaging 600. That's 2, 4, 6, and you're doing that every week. You can hit the 1,200. It's definitely doable. So put in here April, May, June, $1,200 each month. Okay, you're writing it down and you're making it plain. All right. Number 2, if you don't have team members, of course you got to recruit. So put recruit. And you're going to put 600 by their name. But if you have team members, think about your 3 key people that you already have. So like April, you already have 2 people, right? So you would be able to put your 2 people here, and then you just need to recruit 1 more. And you're already on your way doing that, right? Okay, and so all you're going to do with them is say, hey, give me 5 people. Tell me 5 women you admire. Mm-hmm. Start with your family first. Start with your family. You don't have any aunts. You don't have any sisters. You don't have any co-workers. You don't have any ex-co-workers that you used to work with. Give me 5 people. We're going to start out with those 5, and we're going to call them, right? And as the leader or the recruiter, you can call with their people. Let them call, introduce themselves, and say, hey, I got my friend that I'm doing Mary Kay with, blah, blah, blah. We want to talk to you for a second. Do it with your team. Okay? Because people have to see it. Right? So my team and I, we had a working session, and we all wrote down our 5 people. Then we picked up the phone. I called one of them, and then we just did it right there with each other. Okay, so if you don't have a team, start trying to recruit. And if you have a team, y'all get together. Bring them over to your house. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all do this together. Do your list together. And then you're going to feel so good because you're going to feel accomplished when you leave. So Sonny, I don't want to put you on the spot, but how did you feel when we all got together as a group
Oh my God.
and did the leave boxes?
I love that. Like, it was empowering because, like, right now I have leave boxes in my car that I've been working on for 2 months almost. I hate to say it, but I can't, at home, I can't sit there and just do that and finish that. But at your house, we were all at the table together. We were all doing the same thing. We were all sharing ideas. So we were working together. We were working as a team. And I don't know about anybody else, but I'm a team player, and I love to work as a team. And I didn't get that often, so I really appreciated and enjoyed with Mary Kay, so that really helped me.
Yeah. And then we had a little contest, and we said,
Yeah.
hey, whoever gets, 6 out by the end of the week, you get a prize.
Yep.
Yeah, so it works. So we
does.
we work in isolation probably too often. Where we need to, the only way you're gonna build a team is you guys gotta get together.
At least you and one other person.
Exactly, right. And whatever you're doing, you gotta take one of your people with you. Whatever you're doing. If I'm doing a party, I need to let Evelyn know I'm having a party this Saturday. You may not have guests, but come with me. Because that's the only way people are going to see it and build their confidence. Okay? All right. And then, so then your 3 at the bottom, it's your team builder. So for me, I had 3 ladies that I knew could get to a red jacket. So remember, qualifications number 2 is only about your $600, getting them to great start. But your qualifications number 3 is to get them to a red jacket, for them to be a team builder. Okay? Ladies, you can recruit these people. You can recruit them. So just this week alone, Sonny is excellent at this. I know April is definitely utilizing her inner circle. She's just calling people saying, hey, this is what I'm doing new. Come with me. Right. Yeah, right. And somebody asked me, that's right. Somebody asked me, how did I get so many people? And I thought about it and I said, you know what? Because I have sown seeds where now I'm able to reap, because I've always been supportive of my friends. I don't care what they were doing, whether I believed in it or not, but I was always there to support. Now all I do is just call and say, hey girl, I need you. And I'm like April, at some point it's like, you remember last time you sold some cookies and you did that for 2 weeks, but they were $1,200? Okay, I'm gonna need you to come to a party. You know what I mean? And so you have influence with your friends. You know how to twist their arm, right? So you can recruit these people. And, a lot of times we don't like warm chatting, but I'm going to tell you, if you think about it like, I'm just going to talk to people as I'm doing life.
Exactly.
Don't think about it like, okay, I got to go warm chat. I got to go to Target and warm chat, because you're going to talk yourself out of that. But I'm in Target all the time anyway. I'm in Ross all the time anyway. I'm in TJ Maxx. So guess what? While I'm shopping, if a sharp lady passed me by, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get over there too, without seeming like I'm a stalker. But I find my way over there, and I'm like, oh my God, can I give you a business card? And they're like, sure. I'm like, I'm with Mary Kay. Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. I really love that lipstick. I would love for you to come do a facial. Can I get your name and number? And what are they going to say? No. They're not going to, for the most part, they're not going to say no. So I left out of Ross with 3 people. Then I went to Target and I got a person. And then the next day I went to the credit union and I'm doing my little banking transaction. And when I finished, I was like, girl, I know you're at work, but can I give you a business card? You're so cute. I would love to do a facial on you. She was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, let me just give you my card. I mean, just as you're doing life, just do it. So don't call it warm chatting. Just say, talking, doing life. Okay? So it is possible for you guys to be able to get on this cruise. You got to first write it down and say, I'm going to get on the cruise. And then you start recruiting. And God does the rest. So you don't wrote it down, and then you leave it to him to do his job. Because I say it in a minute. I'm like, okay, God, I wrote my stuff down, so okay, I'm going to let you take care of that. And then I quote scripture back to him. Habakkuk 2 says, write it down on the tablets. That's what I did, Lord. And so you're going to give me the increase. And then just let it go. Okay? So that's how important writing it down and making it plain is. All right. So here's something that my team, they go to the DeSoto location, and the director there did a really good job. I wish I had thought to put up like a little board so I can write on. But let me just give you an example. So if you do 10 hours a week, just 10 hours a week, and you have 2 parties, so let's just say 2 parties is going to equal 6 of those hours. Cool. Thank you, Josie. You got it. Sorry. And then I don't know where her markers are. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so we're going to work with 10 hours. 10 hours a week. I think we can squeeze out 10 hours of our time in a week. So let's just say you have 2 parties. Mm-hmm. So let's just say 2 parties is going to be 6 hours. Okay. So ladies, if you're doing parties and they're more than 2 hours, you're working for free. You got to get in and get out. Basically, you're saying, put this on, try it on. Okay, wash it off. Now put on the moisturizer. Now wash it off. How do you feel? Okay. And then when we finish, we like, what would you like to purchase? Right. That's basically all you're doing. It don't take 2 and 3 hours to do a party. So I'm just going to give you 6 because we're new at it. It may take us a little longer. But typically, try to stay within 2 hours for your party. That's opening and packing up and out the people's house or out their studio, 2 hours. Okay? So, let's just say 2 shares that week. So that means that you've met with somebody to talk about Mary Kay. So you and a coworker went to lunch. Or your coworker said, hey, I'm not really interested, but I have a friend, here's her number. And you tried to call them. So let's just say about 2 hours a week, you're doing some sharing. And then phone calls. Okay. Let's say your phone call party prep is another 2 hours. So there's your 2 hours a week to kind of help you generate some bookings. Okay? So let's take those 2 parties. So 2 parties, this thing is not right. Is there another one over there?
You want me to do your favorite?
No, this one, the marker's not right. So we're going to do 2 parties times 12 weeks. So we don't really have 12 weeks anymore. How many do we have? We have about 11. We have about 11 weeks left. So we're just going to keep it with 12 because that's what I wrote down for an example. Okay. So that's a total of 24 parties. Okay? That makes sense? And if you take those 24 parties times 300, which is, I need another marker, times 300, $300 kind of is the average. That's $7,200. Okay, so the marker's not working. So that's $7,200. Okay. Now add your sharing on there. Your sharing times 12 weeks, that's 48 shares. Then you take the 48 shares, and typically the ratio is about a 3-to-1 ratio. So you could potentially get 3 new team members out of having 48 shares. Okay? So then you probably, the ratio, if you can share with somebody, you're going to get probably half of those people to sign up with you. So let's just say you get 6 people. And you talk to them about the Great Start, which is 600. That's your 3,600. And you've only done 10 hours a week. Okay? So I'm going to tell you where I messed up. So I'm making decisions for people's finances. And all I'm concerned about is getting them active. That's a mistake, because you know what? If they start out with at minimal $600, they get almost $1,000 of free product if they do it within the first 15 days. So we have to communicate that as soon as we sign somebody up. So I didn't realize that until this week.
Can you go back to where you were talking about the 3,600? Can you explain that part, how you got to that number?
Yeah. So we got the 24 times 300, which is kind of average, right? So that's the 7,200 retail, which is 3,600 wholesale.
Got you.
Wholesale, that's your wholesale number, okay?
You missed it.
Okay.
Okay, and so then you said,
Your 2 sharings,
got that, okay.
okay? Your 2 sharings is gonna equal 48 shares, because you're gonna do 2 times the,
Okay.
okay? And then you take your 48 shares, you're probably gonna get half of those to be,
Wait,
new, let me see.
you said 2 shares?
2 shares equal,
12 weeks.
That's 24.
that's
not
24,
48.
yeah. So the 2 shares times, so we got 2 parties. So 2 parties times 12 is the 24. So it's the 24 times 2.
Oh, okay.
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 It's the 24 times 2. Okay. So your 48 shares is going to equal 12
I see.
new team members. But you may get half of those that will do the Great Start, 600.
Got you, okay.
Okay, so you may get 6 Great Starts, which is your 600. And then you do your 600 times 6, that's your 3,600 wholesale. And all you did is 10 hours a week, so it's doable. So now we're at 11 weeks, so you just got to do just a little more.
So your 3,600 is in between you and your team, or is it personal?
Just personal. So the key is you got to do these parties. The parties is the key. You got to get this, you got to do those parties.
Got to.
When you do a party, your average is about $300. When you get 3 or 4 women in that room, you're gonna walk out with about $300. And you do enough of those parties, you're gonna get 3,600. It's power in those parties. We can't get around the parties. And when I say party, 3 or 4 women at your house, 3 or 4 women that you know you go to their house, bring them here. That's the easiest thing to do. Bring 3 or 4 women in here. Let us take care of them. You in here learning. And now Antoinette has set it up where you're doing, via satellite learning. That's the easiest thing, is to invite them to the meeting. So you have Mondays, you have Thursdays, and you have Saturdays. So at least try to get 2 people at each one of those meetings. You don't have to worry about going to anybody's house. You don't have to worry about setup. You don't have to worry about any of that. Just bring them here. And then for those that are remote, you guys are going to have parties. you're gonna have to have parties. I like the parties, to be honest. Yeah. You got to come with us. We'll talk. We're gonna have one Saturday, so we'll see what your schedule is. But to me, I like the parties because they're intimate. We have a lot of fun. Yeah. So, but that's how you can get to. So it's not impossible, ladies. This is not impossible. Write down your dream team. You don't have anybody, put recruit, recruit, recruit. Draw you 3 legs and say recruit, recruit, recruit. Write it down. Okay? And watch how God bring people to you, put them in your path. So just to give you an example. I was struggling getting people this week. I was, had invited 5 people to come tonight. Everybody cancels and what they tell you, get the emotions out. And if you do the numbers, so if I wanted to have like 1 person, I should have had invited 10. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. So I said, D, you only invited 5, so you didn't get nobody. That's the numbers. It's not personal. It's not against you. It is just the numbers, right? So the emotion is out of the picture, right? So I'm driving here talking to myself. Okay, no problem. We're going to have a good night. And my phone rings, and I look down, and I see a name. It's kind of familiar, but not really. And so I was like, I'm not going to pick that up. And then some said, pick that up. And then I picked it up. And the lady is the lady that when I started at the Home Depot, she was an older lady, like my mom's age. And she came to me crying. And she said, hey, I need help. I used to work at the Home Depot Expo. They were paying me $15 an hour. They shut down the Expo. And now I'm here and they're paying me $8 and I can barely survive. I can't pay my rent or anything. And I've been asking all these HR people that come through here, and people told me if you talk to that young lady, she'll help you. I was like, yes, ma'am. So I went back and I researched and I said, why would we take somebody from 15 to 8? Do we have any comparators? Who else have we done that to? So they couldn't show me where that they've done that to anybody else. And so I said, okay. So I think we should reinstate her at 15 because we don't have any comparators. So we did. And we did back pay. So it was over 2 years. So we paid her back pay. So when I was going through my little situation, I'm in Walmart, I'm on a leave of absence, I'm trying to get my little stuff together. I got on a baseball cap. I'm like, please don't let me run into nobody I know. I'm just trying to get some groceries. And I run into her in the parking lot with my grocery bag, and she's like, and she's from Africa, so she has an accent, and she was like, Demetrius. I was like, no, why? And so anyway, she came, and she said, how are you doing? What is going on with you? We haven't seen you at work. And I said, Miss Cecilia, I'm on a leave of absence, but I'm fine. I'll be back probably. And she was like, I just want to pray for you. And I said, sure. So she prayed for me in the parking lot, just right there. She put her hands on my arm and she prayed for me. And she said, God sent you for such a time as this. And that stuck with me. It really stuck with me. And so when she called me today, she was like, I was just following up. You were so heavy on my mind yesterday. She was like, what is going on? And I told her I decided not to go back. And I told her I was doing Mary Kay. And I told her I want her to come to a facial. And she said, I'll definitely be there to support you because you're going to do great things. Mm-hmm. So when you don't see it, God is working it out, right? She was never anybody that I even would have put on my list because I to be honest, I forgot. Mm-hmm. So I was like, thank you, Jesus. Mm-hmm. So let's just write it down and then let's just go on faith and let's let God go from there. Okay, so the other thing that I'm going to do, which is real critical for me, because we are talking about things that you need to do. So, okay, all right. So, one of the things you need to do is figure out what you're doing if it is income producing. So for me, I am a very organized person, okay? So I will spend hours getting my office together, color-coded, little bins with the labels. But I ain't making no money, right? So what? I got a cute office, and I ain't making not one penny. So how long am I gonna do this, right? So here's some income producing things. Number one, skincare classes, right? We gotta have those parties. Facials on the go, new bookings, $100 retail every week, minimal, okay? A marketing follow-up. Are we getting our friends, those people that you really respect and you don't really know how to ask them about Mary Kay? Get them on the phone with Antoinette on Wednesdays at 8:30. That's your fallback right there. Wednesdays at 8:30 should be full. She should be having 30, 50 people on Wednesdays because she does a really good job. She does it in 30 minutes. It's succinct. She's talking about why she joined Mary Kay, and she's talking about the business, not just the products. And so if somebody is more business oriented and think of Mary Kay as, just selling lipstick, those are the people you want to have on Wednesday. Those are the people you're kind of afraid to talk to. Antoinette does a good job. We should have them on Wednesday's call. Okay, so that's the marketing call. Team building interview. Are we sitting down with potentials and going through the little interview question and just asking them to tell me about you so that you can understand where they are? So one example with April, when we went out to lunch, I learned a lot about April. So when I left, I was like, because I just let April talk. And I was like, she's very direct. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And when she gets started, she's going to do this real quick. I didn't do a lot about, Mary Kay, let me get a history. Let me, roll out I didn't do any of that. I basically let you talk, and then we just went through the box, right? We have to do those more often. So that's the income producing. New names and numbers. So anybody on your Facebook page that is liking your Facebook. Or not. They are fair game. They are fair game. So when people be like sending me the thumbs up, I be like, girl, I'm finna give you a little email. And I contact them. That's where I get most of my people, off of Facebook. And so then I go in their inbox and I'm like, hey girl, would love to set you up for a facial. Because they're cheering me on. Great job, Dee. Oh my God, I know you could do it. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, come join me. Come join me. Right? So that falls under new names and numbers. And then we got to get new team members. Okay? All of those are income producing activities. So if you have a full-time job and you can only do Mary Kay part-time, the recommendation is per day to at least do 5 of these 9 things. Find 5 of them and do them. If you're going to do it full-time, you want to do 10 per week. If you want to be a car driving sales director, you want to do 15 of these income producing activities a week. And so we'll get these to you guys electronically. We'll get your email and then we'll send them to you so that you can have it printed off and then track how you're doing with income producing activities. So I told my team we need about $7,500 for the next 3 months, April, May, and June, to get a car, to be a car driving unit. And I told them, on average, we're about $5,500, but we ain't working. We're doing more thinking about Mary Kay and more strategizing about Mary Kay. But we're not working it like we could. We're not doing income producing activities. We're doing more thinking. So I told them, just think about it. If we did these income producing activities, we will blow Mary Kay out the water. So you have to be realistic where you are. You got to have a realistic talk with yourself and say, am I doing this or am I doing more planning, organizing, thinking, strategizing, or am I actually working? And I can tell you, we've gotten to where we are and we've been halfway working. You would agree?
Definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely.
All right. So that's it for me. I do have some handouts for young ladies that want to go into DIQ. April? Okay, I'm gonna let you get team builder first. You want it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you looking at me like whatever. Yeah. Okay. So that is it for me, young ladies. So if you guys have any questions, follow up with me or Antoinette. And next week we're going to talk about some other things like your new orientation folder, your red folder. As soon as you get a new hire, what are the things that should be included in that folder? And you should have them kind of in your car, ready to sign somebody up. So we'll talk about things like that next week. So thank you guys for listening. Oh. Thank you, team. Say it in front of, look that way. Thank you, guys. So I'm getting used to the camera. I've never had a camera on me, so.